So today we are going to talk about Irish whiskey. But rather than just talk about Irish whiskey, we are going to go to Google and we're going to ask Google what are the common questions that people ask Google about Irish whiskey, and then we'll attempt to answer them.
Is Irish whiskey, what's it going to say? Ready?
Yep.
Scotch.
I think I've got this one.
You could definitely answer.
I can certainly positively say that Irish whiskey is not Scotch.
But why?
Because Scottish whiskey is Scotch. Whiskey in Scotland is Scotch. Irish whiskey is Irish whiskey.
Well done. I'm very, very
Did I pass? Did I pass Google? Did I complete Google?
Yes.
But
well, I don't
why
know.
is Irish whiskey Irish?
Because it's made by, like, Irish people.
Right, next.
Okay, next one on the list. I'm going to ask Colin. Is Irish whiskey single malt? Ah.
Ooh, that is a good question. There is single malt Irish whiskey that used to be distilled in Northern Ireland, well still is distilled in Northern Ireland from Bushmills Distillery, but mostly Irish whiskey, especially from Southern Ireland, is a mixture. Because back in the day they had a tax issue that malt whiskey, he's getting bored already.
There he is. Talk to our friends.
Yeah, malted barley was taxed more highly than non-malted barley, so they used to mix the two together, and that's it.
Why?
You just said.
I just said, because...
Right, okay.
Right.
Number 3.
Question number 3. You want to read the question?
I can read this one. You can answer this one then. Is Irish whiskey the smoothest?
Ooh, well, it is really smooth, isn't it?
It's quite
very
It is very smooth, and
Yeah.
I think that's something to do with a distillation process, because the more you distill something, the smoother it gets, and most Irish whiskey is triple distilled, I believe. There are some notable exceptions, such as Cooley, etc., which is only distilled
Yep.
twice.
Good
But
example.
yeah, is that, would you say, is that one of the main reasons?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm asking you.
No, same in Scotland.
Sorry.
Scottish distillation is normally twice, 2 distillations. Exception to the rule would be Auchentoshan, for example. They do it 3. But as a general rule, Irish distill 3 times, Scotch twice.
You know what, Helena? I concur.
Oh, you used that correctly, well. Right, next question. Okay, this one's for AD. Is Irish whiskey gluten-free? Perfect for you.
Ooh, okay. Well, technically, correct me if I'm wrong, of which I'm not often wrong, but most spirits are gluten-free, right? I mean, they might contain traces of gluten, and that's why when you look at particular bottles, those which say gluten-free have been like scientifically tested to have no traces of gluten, because some of the establishments where said spirits are produced do create other products which may contain gluten. So it's possible, traces are possible, but most spirits are gluten-free. So is Irish whiskey gluten-free? Technically, yes.
But it's not because of the other stuff in the factory, though. It's
Not
because
because
gluten has been involved in the process at some point.
No gluten has been involved in this process.
Well, yeah, there's gluten in the ferment. So in the wash, you've got gluten in your fermentation, as you would with beer, for example.
Yeah.
But it's the distillation process that takes the gluten out.
What he said, basically. Yeah. Next. I can't even read what that says, Helena.
Why is Irish whiskey spelled with an E? Oh, your favourite question. Go on.
More complicated in Scotland. However, it's down to simple pronunciation. And the Gaelic word for whiskey sounds more like having an E in it in Ireland than it does in Scotland. So the E gets into the spelling in Irish whiskey.
Can you speak Gaelic?
Please say the E.
Creeps then. Can you speak any Gaelic?
No.
I can speak.
Don't. Right, last question, number 6.
All right.
You want to read?
Helena,
Yeah.
is Irish whiskey made by leprechauns?
Yes.